Now, developers and marketers need a solution that helps them to run and measure the targeted campaigns or define direct messages to users across a variety of channels that will attract them to engage with the application. So in this session, let's learn how Amazon PinPoint can help you to run campaigns across channels and integrated communication system for implementing a cross-channel users engagement activities and measuring user and application analytics to further optimize performance and improve business KPIs. My name is Donny Prakoso, Senior Developer Advocate at AWS, and let's get started. And this is the structure for today's session. We will start by addressing some key challenges in communicating with customers. And by addressing these key challenges, we are trying to pinpoint the problems and how developers and marketers they can work together to solve these problems. Now from there, we will explore on how we can leverage on Amazon PinPoint to help us build a better communication with customers. So we will start with a gentle introduction of Amazon PinPoint and mapping its features to our communication campaign with a personalized touch for your customers. And diving deeper into Amazon PinPoint, we will guide you on new feature of Amazon PinPoint journeys as a powerful tool for us to build a workflow-based communication campaign for a better customer engagement experience. And lastly, we will give you some ideas on what are things that you can build with Amazon PinPoint. So stay tuned until the end of the session as we're going to learn together on how to build a better customer engagement experience. Over the years, we are seeing a significant improvement in our customers' behavior. Their perception for our services has been dramatically increased, and their expectations have changed to the next level. They want to have a better, a faster, and improved services from businesses. And so we have seen this evolution of marketing, from mass marketing to targeted messaging, and eventually leads us to personalized messaging. Customers no longer expect a one-size-fits-all bulk email, and they expect it to be personalized. Whether adding something to their shopping cart on their phone, then continue shopping on their PC, customers expect the context of them in the moment to flow whenever they interact with you. Now, customers' interaction with you and your products or services is changing. They don't want to go to a panel in the house anymore to change the temperature. They want to use their phone as they're arriving home. It's an example on how we need to extend our process so we can be where our customers are. And lastly, it's about the customer, not us. We need to stay relevant, presenting services and information as what our customer needs will help them. For example, receiving your electricity bill and being given information about the average comparable bill in your street or neighborhood. It's not about what the electricity company is billing you. It's about helping you make decisions in your electricity usage. While we might already aware of these changing behaviors and how the expectations have changed, but we're still facing several obstacles to successfully delivering customer communication. First, application or internal system requiring customer communications may vary by business. And application integrations required to support these various scenarios have traditionally been difficult because individual communications were built for a specific use case or channel, like email only, push only, or SMS only. And businesses become locked into technologies that were not flexible or were made to invest in multiple offerings to meet their needs. Next, customers have high expectation of business communication. It's no longer acceptable to simply send a generic message. Customers expect the message to be in the channel that they prefer, like email, like SMS. They expect the message to be timely. And they also expect the message to be personalized. And every time a business reaches out to a customer, there is a cost whether or not the message is received. Now, without these kind of insights on the life cycle of the message from sending to engagement, we cannot measure the success of our customer communication. And without an understanding of message success, we waste resources. And finally, individual businesses cannot build the infrastructure required for scale customers' communication by themselves. Messaging senders that are not familiar with industry best practices for each channel are in danger of being throttled, blocked, or unable to fall back in case of network issues. The scale and global reach required for most businesses cannot be delivered through traditional on-premise infrastructure. And with that, we can conclude 5 key challenges that we need to address so we can build a better customer engagement experience. The first one is we need to identify our customers by building a segmentation and profiling. Next is to have a proper mechanism on how we could personalize the content to stay relevant with our customers. We also need to deliver the content with the proper channels and right timing. And not only that, we also need to have a mechanism to be able to reach our customers to get their feedback. And lastly, we need to measure the effectiveness on how we reach out to our customers so we could improve in the next iteration. Now we know the challenges. The next question is how we could start building a better mechanism for our customer communication. We are happy to introduce you to Amazon PinPoint. Amazon PinPoint is a managed service for personalized user engagement with features to deliver across channels and driven off analytics. With Amazon PinPoint, you could build a flexible and scalable outbound and inbound marketing communication service. You can connect with customers over channels like email, SMS, push, or voice. Amazon PinPoint is easy to set up, easy to use, and is flexible for all marketing communication scenarios. And with Amazon PinPoint, you're able to segment your campaign audience for the right customers and personalize your message with the right content. And not only that, it's driven off analytics with delivery and campaign metrics to measure the success of your communication. Amazon PinPoint can grow with you and scales globally to billions of messages per day across channels. Amazon PinPoint is heavily designed to improve the marketing activities for marketers and is powerful and easy to use for developers. So let's dive deeper into pillars of Amazon PinPoint. First, Amazon PinPoint enables efficiency by acting as a hub for your customers' data and insights. Next, you can use Amazon PinPoint to create a segmentation based on real-time or historic data attributes. With its campaign logic, you can also create segmentation, channel choice, and personalization. And by using campaigns, Amazon PinPoint can help deliver the right message to the right person at the right time. With Amazon PinPoint, you can create opportunities for personalization with content templates and native integration to your data models through Amazon Personalize. If businesses need multi-step campaign orchestration, journeys are available for detailed end-to-end customer experience design. Journeys automates complex if-then activities based on timing or customer-based action. And with that, Amazon PinPoint also drives audience segmentation using external data sources or through mobile or web analytics, which natively pulls in application events. It also enables customers' communication using popular digital channels like email, SMS, voice, and mobile experiences like push notification. Bounce rates, suppression lists, and engagement metrics across channels are managed in a single location to help drive improvement from each customer interaction. The Amazon PinPoint Deliverability Dashboard helps provide visibility to the entire communications lifecycle, even measuring inbox placement so that every message counts. Amazon PinPoint delivers flexibility through purpose-built infrastructure that integrates into existing technology investment for transactional, promotional, or mass communication. Amazon PinPoint can be used through Console UI for visual campaign design or via the API for direct message sending from your application. And now you know why Amazon PinPoint is really a powerful tool for marketers and also developers. Amazon PinPoint enables us to build various and flexible use cases. Here are a few of use cases on how you can use Amazon PinPoint. With Amazon PinPoint, you can send marketing emails to promote your products and services with targeted basics or personalized messages. And that includes special offers, newsletter, or other engaging content. You can also send transactional emails for sending immediate, trigger-based communication from your application to customers, such as purchase confirmation or password resets. And lastly, you can send bulk email communication, sent to large communities, including notifications and announcements, and track results. Regardless of how you choose to use Amazon PinPoint, you can rest assured that it's built with the scale and security of AWS. Your customer communications can be executed confidently because of regional and global certifications like SIPAA eligibility, FedRAMP, and GDPR. To help you familiar on how you can work with Amazon PinPoint, let's review some basics, and after this, you can get started with Amazon PinPoint. First, we need to understand that to provide the most effective customer communication, we must send communication to the right person through the right channel with the right message at the right time. This customer communication are orchestrated in Amazon PinPoint through campaigns and journeys as multi-step campaigns. By using Amazon PinPoint campaigns, it enables us to address who, how, what, and when. And if we map into our marketing activities step, and these are the steps that we need to do. The first, we need to create audience segmentation. Then, we need to select the proper channels. And next, providing with content templates and personalization. And lastly, schedule the content to deliver at the right time to our customers. Now we know what we need to build. So let's start evaluating these steps one by one and how we can use Amazon PinPoint to help us. Step number 1 is sending communications to the right person. There are a few different options to capturing the right audience for communication within Amazon PinPoint. There are static segments and dynamic segments. Static segments is a static list of contacts who are selected on a per contact basis rather than created through field filters. Marketers and salespeople might create and populate a static list based on private knowledge or offline interactions. And for the dynamic segments, the membership changes constantly to reflect new or remove contacts and updated contact information. Dynamic segments can be stored on S3, come from previously run campaigns or from integrated web and mobile application. Step number 2 is sending the communication to the right channel. Amazon PinPoint is a multi-channel communication service. You are able to send communication as a part of campaigns or directly through the APIs with the following channels: SMS, email, by using the global infrastructure of Amazon SES. If you want to use the push notification, you can do so, or even to create a custom by creating a Lambda function to automate any channels using APIs. Step number 3 is sending the right content. The content templates can be created for reuse across Amazon PinPoint projects or for just a specific campaign. Using either the rich text editor or HTML, the templates can use your own images and attributes for the most dynamic, engaging messages. You can use attributes like customer name to customize your messages, and you can further personalize your messages using the machine learning capabilities of Amazon Personalize. You can natively integrate your Amazon Personalized models right into PinPoint. And by using the Amazon Personalized Recommender and personalization algorithms, you can drive the most meaningful calls to action in your communication. Step number 4 is sending the communication at the right time. So sending customer messages at the right time is the final step of great communication. Timing for messages can vary and is configurable within Amazon PinPoint. There are a few options that you can choose with Amazon PinPoint. First is immediately. The messages are sent as soon as the campaign is launched. Second is schedule. The messages are sent at specific time, like during normal business hours or lunchtime. Third is recurring. If you want to keep sending reminders, a recurrence like weekly can be selected. And lastly, event-based. If you're using the Amazon PinPoint mobile or web SDKs, you can create triggers associated to specific application events. So these are the steps that we need to do, and you can easily do this with Amazon PinPoint. But remember, we also need to measure our activities to get insights of what went well and to identify some areas for improvement. And to do this, let's evaluate on how we can use Amazon PinPoint Analytics to get the insights for a better understanding of our customers. There are several different types of analytics in Amazon PinPoint. The first one is Customer Engagement Analytics. You can use Customer Engagement Analytics to measure the effectiveness of specific communication from all outreach types, and that includes transactional results, campaign, and journey results. The key indicator of success is whether they read or click through on the call to action. The next analytic type is Deliverability Dashboard. This dashboard provides operational insight on the journey of an email from sending to placement in the customer inbox. And lastly, Mobile Analytics. By using the mobile and web SDKs, the application insights can be used to drive net new customer communication or even to help you segment your communication based on customer action. What I really love with Amazon PinPoint is its modularity. You can use Amazon PinPoint for specific use cases to start with. For example, if you're building an e-commerce application, you can use Amazon PinPoint to send an email to your customers when a shopping cart is abandoned. And for this, you can integrate with Amazon PinPoint APIs for event-based and email. Or even if you're delivering an online course with webinars and online workshop, you can use Amazon PinPoint to create a nurture email journey for your webinar participants. You can use Amazon PinPoint journeys and email to do that. Its modularity is really powerful to build your own flywheel, so you still can gain benefits while building your application and integrate with Amazon PinPoint to stay relevant and achieve the momentum with your customers. We've talked about building a campaign, and each of the steps in a campaign provides a unique engagement experience. And nothing could describe that better than a journey. And we are happy to introduce you the latest feature from Amazon PinPoint, which is called Amazon PinPoint Journeys. A journey is a customized multi-step engagement experience. So let's take a look deeper on Amazon PinPoint Journeys to understand how it could help us to craft an engagement experience for our customers. One of the pillars that we love to share with you in Amazon PinPoint Journeys is that we want you to focus only on your business logic. Business logic is what differentiates on building a customer engagement experience. It's what sets you apart from others. And by using Amazon PinPoint Journeys, you don't need to worry about the technical components, as PinPoint abstracts away the complexities. So you can focus on your business logic to create an immersive experience that your customers will appreciate. So what you see on the screen is an example on how a journey looks like in Amazon PinPoint. The Amazon PinPoint console lets you create a powerful journeys through an easy-to-use graphical editor. Pretty cool, isn't it? With Amazon PinPoint Journeys, you can create a real-time engagement based on events, user behavior, or even metrics. And what I love about Journeys is it has a GUI to help us create our own journey for our customers. When you create a journey, you start by choosing a segment that defines which customers will participate in the journey. And after that, you add the activities that customers pass through on their journeys. And you can enhance this activity in the journey by implementing your own business logic. Different things can happen when participants arrive on different types of activities. To think about it, it's really a powerful way to create an evergreen journeys to automate engagement. And lastly, after you publish a journey, the journey metrics pane appears in the journey workspace, and Amazon PinPoint begins to capture the metrics related to the journey. You can stream and aggregate the analytics to get insight from your campaign. Let's revisit some basics on Journeys feature. So when you have a series of steps you want to take a customer through, and that is a journey. A journey can be a set for a customer segment, and each step is called an activity. Within an activity, you can configure various of actions. For example, communications. These are the communication you can send through a specific channel, including email, SMS, push notification, or custom channels. You can also configure for wait time. So when a journey participant arrives on a wait activity, they remain on that activity for a certain period of time or until a specific date and time. Then you can also configure for splits. Splits can be either yes, no, multivariate, or random depending on the customer's action, like opening an email. And lastly is holdouts. Holdouts ends the customer's journey for a set percentage of users. The journey building blocks allow you to design the most meaningful experience for your customers. So let's switch to a demo on Amazon PinPoint journeys to see it in action. In this demo, we will build an onboarding email journey for new members. This use case is quite common and can be applied for various applications, like e-commerce, blogs, media, or even online courses. So the idea is for every people that join our application, we need to greet them. Then we will evaluate if they actually open the email, we'll send another email to inform them what is the next steps. But if they don't, we'll send them a gentle reminder. That's it. Pretty simple, yet it adds some gentle touch to remind people. And we can do that easily with Journey with no coding at all. We will start from creating a basic project, then continue with building segments and message templates before we jump into creating our journey. And this is a good exercise to get you familiar with Amazon PinPoint if you haven't already. So on the PinPoint dashboard, the first thing that we need to do is create a project. This demo will utilize email as channel, so we need to configure our email and verify it first. Once that you have configured your email as the main communication sender, it's really a good idea to test it out, just to make sure everything is okay. You can test your email on test messaging page as shown on the screen. Next thing that we need to do is building segment. Segment is one of the key requirements whenever we build a marketing communication plan. And Amazon PinPoint makes it easy for us to build a segment. So when you click on Create Segment, you'll be presented with two options: Build a segment and Import a segment. Build a segment is a dynamic approach, and dynamic segments are based on the data that your application provides to Amazon PinPoint after you integrate your application with Amazon PinPoint. On the other hand, Import a segment is useful if you define user segments outside of Amazon PinPoint, but you want to engage your users with Amazon PinPoint campaigns. So in this case, we'll pick Import a segment, as I'm going to import a CSV file that I've prepared beforehand. Once Amazon PinPoint finishes processing, we will see that the type is now imported and showing total numbers of entries. In this case, we only have one entry. And if you're wondering how the file looks like, it's simply a standard CSV file with supported attributes that PinPoint can process, like what we have in this example. Next thing that you'll need to do is to define your message templates. A message template is a set of content and settings that you can create, save, and then reuse in messages that you send for any of your Amazon PinPoint projects. Simply put, if you frequently design and send a certain type of message, such as a weekly newsletter, you can structure it as a message template and reuse the message templates for future campaigns. In this case, I have few message templates that I'm going to use as content when we're creating PinPoint journeys. Okay, so we are all set, and let's create a journey for our campaign. This is the journey dashboard. It also has a nice step-by-step that will guide you around the dashboard. First, let's change the title of this journey to make it easier to identify. What we need to do next is to set the entry condition. We need to choose the segment and specify how often that this journey needs to update the membership. Now please be noted that this doesn't mean that this journey will start once every X hour, but this is to re-update the membership of the journey by looking through the segment periodically. So if there's a new entry, it will then include it into the next journey. Next thing that we need to do is to add an activity. As we mentioned, activity can be anything from sending email, push notification, to using AWS Lambda or a specific API endpoint to send the message. In this case, we're going to send email. When you choose a specific activity, you'll be prompted with which template that you want to send. We're going to choose the welcome template as we like to greet our newly joined members. Next, as we want to evaluate who opened the email and who didn't, then we need to add the condition check. There are a few splits types that you can choose, but for this demo, we're going to use a yes or no split. We're going to choose event as the condition type. and choose our previous activity as the journey message activity, which is welcome email. And within the activity, we also can choose which event we want this particular activity to be triggered. In this case, as we want to have the condition is evaluated when people open the email, then we choose open. After that, we can also configure the amount of time that Amazon PinPoint needs to wait before doing the activity. Like for example, after our audience open the email, then we can wait for 1 hour or 1 day before moving to the next activity. Now we have the condition checking. What we need to do now is to set 2 activities if our segment opened the email and did not open the email. Now we have 2 states, yes and no state. For yes state, we will send an activity, send an email, but choosing the next step as the welcome template. But for the no state, we're going to do it a bit different. We're going to add wait activity to tell PinPoint to wait for a certain amount of time before actually sending the next email, which is the reminder email. You can configure this in hours or days. So let's set it for 1 hour. Then, after waiting for 1 hour, PinPoint will continue the activity to send a reminder email. So let's repeat the same steps that we did previously for yes state, but in this context, we're going to use reminder template. And that's it. We've finished setting up our journey. Pretty smooth, isn't it? Now moving to the next thing, we're going to review some best practices for running the journey. PinPoint has a built-in mechanism to prevent us on running a premature journey. If we remove the message template, which is required on running activity, it will give us an error message, and we're unable to proceed to the next step. So let me show you how PinPoint able to ensure our campaign runs properly. In this case, I purposely removed the message template. You can see that PinPoint detects an error and the next button is grayed out. So let's set it back to the previous configuration and add the message template. Next is timing. By default, a journey will last for 18 months since it's published. And you can also configure this timing by going to the settings and set the start date and end date, as well as setting the time zone. One of the cool features that PinPoint has is setting the quiet time so we avoid on disturbing our customers during this timing. And we can also set the maximum numbers of communications sent by our journey by configuring on this advanced section. Once that we've done configuring, let's test this journey. Testing our journey will help us to evaluate our journey. And one tip when you're testing the journey is that you can choose another segment that's already prepared to do testing so you will not disturb your real customers. We can also skip all waits and delays to minimize waiting time. When we start the test, journey will give us a 5 minutes buffer time. And when it started, it will perform all activities that we have configured, and at the end, we'll get the metrics. We'll fast forward so we could see the end results. Now our PinPoint journey is completed, and we can see the results after PinPoint finished collecting the data. The dashboard is pretty intuitive, as we can see the count of customers who have completed an activity. In this test scenario, the journey will send a welcome email, and will go to the no state as the case here is the customer didn't open the email, and shortly after that it sent a reminder email. By looking from the information, we see that there's only one customer who received this email. So let's switch to the mailbox to see the email results. So in our mailbox, you can see that we received 2 emails, a welcome email and also a reminder email. We can say that the journey completed successfully. Going back to the dashboard, on the left side of the journey, you can get more insights by choosing execution metrics or engagement metrics. You can analyze and evaluate your campaigns based on this information as an input for your next iteration. Once that you're confident with this journey, you can publish this journey by clicking the review button and review every suggestion. And the review page will guide you to double check your configurations to ensure the success of your campaign. And once that you're done, you can click on publish and journey will start. At this point, we understand the fundamentals on building a customer engagement experience with Amazon PinPoint. So what's next? And to help you move forward, here are some ideas that you can quickly build with Amazon PinPoint to improve your mechanism for communicating with your customers. With Amazon PinPoint and integration of AWS services, you can build a single stack to build a digital user engagement. So as shown on the diagram, you can use Amazon PinPoint to be a central location to process your customer data. So starting from the right, you could still have your customers' data, such as demographics, what are the devices used, and purchase and subscription histories stored in another location, and ingest the data into Amazon PinPoint so you could build, identify, analyze, and build a journey for your customers with the relevant content. Then you could enrich your application by emitting the event data from your web or mobile application, or even from the email or push notification that you have sent. And by having this centralized data, it makes it easier for you to rely on a single source of truth to improve your future campaigns. And once that you have your data centralized, it just makes it easier to build your own flywheel. With PinPoint, you can take the engagement to the next level by integrating with machine learning service or custom models. By integrating with machine learning, you enhance your flywheel with a superpower. You can create a recommendation on the fly for a personalized content for your customers, or you can create an intelligent and dynamic segments powered by machine learning. You can create a predictive user engagement by integrating Amazon PinPoint with Amazon Personalize. And it's really amazing how versatile Amazon PinPoint is, and it's extensible by integrating with other services such as AWS Lambda and Amazon Personalize to create a customer engagement experience to the next level. If you're looking to build your knowledge on AWS Digital Training offers free on-demand digital courses that help you learn new cloud skills and services when and where it's convenient for you. Some features courses that can help you get started on AWS include AWS Cloud Practitioner Essentials, Amazon DynamoDB for serverless architecture, AWS Security Fundamentals, and getting started with Amazon Simple Storage Service or Amazon S3. You can register for AWS Digital Training for free at aws.training. Thank you so much for attending this session, and don't forget to submit your feedback so we understand your challenge and what topics you want us to cover in the upcoming event. Hopefully, it helps you to build an immersive customer engagement experience with Amazon PinPoint, and we cannot wait to see what you're building next. I'm Tony Prakoso, and thanks again everyone, and see you next time.